Follow me on Instagram where I will be showing you guys how I make my thumbnails and some other side stuff. And follow me on Twitch as well, where I will be streaming myself doing ridiculous Pokemon challenges. Anyways, enjoy the video. Today I will be going over the final 2 members for the best team for Pokemon Insurgence. Please comment what game you want next, and please consider subscribing. Anyways, Delta Pidgeot is the second to last member, and it can be found in Samsara Cave. Like Delta Cyndaquil, you can only obtain one of these, so please be careful and save before you attempt to capture it. Anyways, Delta Pidgeot has the Dark Dragon type, which isn't fantastic in this game, but for the team specifically, it will help. When looking at this team, there was one type that this team didn't really do well against, and this was the Fire type. Fire types can actually destroy this team for a few reasons. Delta Venusaur has a little bit of an issue fighting fire types because it cannot one-shot them. Marowak does have the super effective ground stab against them, but Marowak is slow and it could easily get overwhelmed by special fire type attacks. Hawlucha isn't bad, but it really won't be one-shotting fire type Pokemon like Venusaur. Delta Typhlosion is weak to fire types, so that's definitely a bad option. The main thing is we could kill a fire type, but we have trouble taking hits from them. Delta Pidgeot can help us do that because it gives us a safe switch in to the fire types every single time. Speaking of fire types, there is a specific one that shows up often and in important battles throughout the game. It is the Fire Ghost type that goes by the name of Chandelure. Now it shows up in the Psychic Gym and in the Ice type Elite Four. We especially suffer in the late game against that Ice type Elite Four Chandelure. It holds a Choice Scarf which can outspeed and destroy our team. This team lacks the necessary resistances, and our only hope for taking down that Pokemon is a Shadow Sneak from our Mega Marowak, but that is a little bit unreliable, and Mega Evolving it would allow the team to win that current matchup, but it would hurt us throughout the whole game. When looking at its moveset, well, Pidgeot resists every single move. That means this will be an easy kill for Pidgeot, and we can still save our Mega, which is so crucial in a difficult game like this. Now for the champion battle, you are not the best, but you are crucial for resistances and clutch switch-ins. When fighting Delta Volcarona and Delta Mewtwo, you can take a majority of their hits except that Mewtwo's Ice Beam. Another thing that this Pokemon gets is Double Intimidate. This Pokemon can come with the Intimidate ability, and if you really want to, and what I would suggest, soft reset until you get a Delta Pidgeot with the Intimidate ability. When versing physical attackers, this is extremely good, except if they have Defiant, then that is awful. Also, Delta Pidgeot gets the move Dracon Voice. This move hits especially hard even though it has shaky accuracy, but when this Mega evolves, this move becomes deadly. This Pokemon is not only here to handle a very short amount of matchups, but it is so good in terms of its resistances. For moves I gave it Dark Pulse, Dracon Voice, Glare, and Medusa Ray, which transforms your opponent into pure rock types. Barbaracle is the final team member, and this Pokemon is a bit of a wild card. What I mean by this is that this Pokemon can end up being the most valued Pokemon throughout this playthrough, or it can end up being the most useless Pokemon on your team. Truthfully, it all depends on when you use it and how you use it. Having Barbaracle on this team gives us another fire resist, which is extremely good because it has a 4 times resistance to fire type attacks. The bad part is a lot of fire types, especially in the late game, usually have some form of grass coverage. You get this Pokemon pretty late in the game, but the earliest you can get it is in Oranos Town. This is right before the 7th Pokemon Gym, and to be honest, Barbaracle will be completely useless in this gym. It could do something in the next gym. All you gotta do is lead off with it and Shell Smash. Greninja does have Taunt, but you can kill it back with a Cross Chop and prevent minimal hazards if you decide to play it more safe, or you can try and sweep and win. If you do, you can put major dents in that team. Another team you can heavily damage with your Shell Smashing abilities is the Baton Pass Elite 4. You won't be able to kill Slowbro, and you should set up after you defeat that Smeargle with Mega Marowak, with Parental Bond. You can definitely set up on the Sandstorm Elite 4 when they lead Hippowdon, but you better hope they go for Stealth Rocks and not Earthquake, or else you will die. The only Elite 4 member where you don't want to set up is the Trick Room Elite 4. This is because Mega Wreck Uniqueless can automatically set up Trick Room, and when you are +2 speed in Trick Room, it does not end well, especially if you have -1 defenses. Now, let's talk about the champion matchup, and to be truthful, you don't do well here. 5 out of these 6 Pokemon can straight up destroy you. The one Pokemon that you have a small chance of setting up on and doing something with is Mewtwo. It does not have to have a super effective move, so maybe you can barely tank a hit, Shell Smash up, and put some heavy dents in that team. That is what this Pokemon is here for. Barbaracle will put many dents in many teams, and it probably won't sweep, but the rest of our powerful team will be strong enough to pick up the pieces and easily win the fight for us. For moves, I gave it Shell Smash, Razor Claw, Stone Edge, and Cross Chop. However, if you want to swap out any of those moves for Dragon Claw, that would make sense. Or if you want to go Rock Slide instead of Stone Edge for the accuracy, that is also understandable. That is pretty much the video, guys. Tell me what you think about the whole team for Pokemon Insurgence in general, and I would highly encourage that you guys try it out. Besides that, make sure to subscribe, like the video, but above all else, have a good day.